see. Kadosh, 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 Adonai Sabaoth. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of hosts. I'm Michael, the Archangel, and I have a video here I'm comprising. And I'm going to start off with Micah chapter 2, verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. So what we have here is this guy named Jeff Harbaugh. Jeff Harbaugh Associates is his website. This guy here, he's indicative of someone who's in favor of the New World Order. I believe he operates somewhere out in Canada. Well, he's directly opposed to a man such as myself, who's a conduit for the Holy Spirit to bring change to the vitality of the Lord in upgrading the earth and making things more suitable for the ordinance of the Most High in terms of receiving blessings upon the earth. So him now, his website here, he believes in the New World Order. You go to his website and it tells you, he suggests books like The Bankers Who Broke the World and How to Plan for Pandemics. But what he's doing is, he's doing what the other Zionists do. They pay and fund people or fund things to work the way they want it to work. As long as it's not something that is raising your mental, something that's raising your understanding in the Most High, he'll fund it. So he's one of them that devise iniquity. He sleeps on his bed. He eats, sleeps, and works to devise iniquity against myself. Micah chapter 2, verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. Well, when they wake up in the morning, they practice the things that they devise. And because it is in the power, it is in the power of their hand. The power of their hand, or his hand, is money. So he's also somebody who is, he also has a group of people who have a hand in the invasion of public privacy through the satellites in space. He's one who may very well have an eye on you when you're in the washroom in order to get you to conduct yourself in a manner he thinks is worthy. Let's see. You have Psalm 64 and 2. He's somebody who would be behind what Apostle Paul calls a spectacle. And the word spectacle, in other words, is a theater. Let me see. Psalm 64 and 2. Psalm 64 and 2. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. Well, he's part of a secret council against it's meant in totality for the elect men of Israel, the 144,000 ascended masters who are going to evolve into their true being of self in these latter times. So he's there to pay off anybody he can to put a stop to it, which he can't, but he's putting all his resources to put a stop to me in hopes that's the end of what is to come. He's part of the secret council of the wicked because he has information on the plan, which is a plan in the making for over 40 years, even longer than that. For myself, there's been a plan on myself as a child to wait till I come into fruition, or wait till I come into the true knowledge of myself and harness my abilities correctly, the abilities given to me from the Most High. His plan is to put up a delusion as to who I really am, or in other words, pay anybody to play a role against me evolving into or against me carrying out the purpose of the Most High. He'll pay anybody to go against you. This guy here, Jeff Harbaugh. He believes in cryptocurrency. That's what he's in favor of. You go to his page, it'll tell you. He suggests a book called Plan for Pandemics, where you know that it's going to, just for instance, the last pandemic that passed, they know that part of the health measures is to rule out cash and say that there's virus on the cash, so we don't want to use cash anymore. The stores can't do business with cash. So he would come in and capitalize off of a cashless business in the form of crypto money, cryptocurrency. So cryptocurrency is a part of the plan of the New World Order, so that you don't have any, you don't really own any asset, because cash is an asset. And if you don't have any cash and you're just dealing with numbers on a screen, you might be in a position to where you opt for, they'll give you options. You don't have anything, no money, they'll give you options in order to get back on your feet. And very well, they'll tell you can take the microchip. So that's part of the plan of the secret council of the wicked. Psalm 64:2. Hide me from the secret council of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. It's a secret insurrection. So it's an insurrection on Achium and Aquath in the knowledge of truth, and those also in the faith. It's an insurrection to stop those who are, because the Israelites, they consist of the general public. They're like the sand of the sea. There's a whole lot of them. So they have a secret council against that mass of people to prevent them from having a strength that they can relate to prevent them from having a strength so that you can't deal with the masses however you want to deal with them. You can't just do whatever you want to do with them. They're trying to prevent them from having that type of strength. Him here, Jeff Awful, I call him. He's part of the plan to do it. He's exercising the plan on me. He's from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. Iniquity is trouble. He's causing trouble to prevent the Israelites from having their strength they can attach themselves to, so the higher ups can't just do whatever they want to do with them. Let me see. 1 Corinthians chapter 4 and 9. Because now we're in the time of the spectacle. Apostle Paul prophesies about this day. 1 Corinthians chapter 4 and 9. For I think that God has set forth us his apostles last, as it were appointed to death. For we are made a spectacle unto the world and to angels and to men. And the word spectacle here, because the Apostle Paul is saying we are made a spectacle. The word spectacle, and the scholars will also tell you, is the spectacle. The word spectacle is theater. Theater is derived from the Greek word used here. So in other words, the word spectacle is also, it says here, theater. So the fact that the whole planet is being watched by drones and from satellites in space, you don't have any privacy, and they're watching you through your TV, and they can watch you through your mind. They have technology to put it on your mind, watch your dreams, technology where they can look at what you look at. So they can put this technology to look through your eye, to see what you see and spy on everything that you have. You can even have information, private information that you're looking at. They can look at it too. So there's nothing private. You're on a prison planet. Everything you do is being watched. If they want to watch you, they can tape record your conversations outside, whoever you're talking to outside. You're in the washroom, they'll watch you. And if you don't like it, then you'd have to do what they say. He represents those Zionist aspirations. He's a Zionist because he's Jewish. He's not only that, you can see his practices. This is what he carries out. So let me see. 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 9. And he's a pedophile, too. I almost forgot about that. He's into little girls, 3 years old, 4 years old, 5 years old. I seen this through the Spirit. He knows it and I know it. 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 9. For I think that God has set forth us the apostles last, as it were appointed to death. For we are made a spectacle unto the world and to angels and to men. So Apostle Paul is saying that we are made to fight to the death, to where what does it say? For I think that God has set forth us, the apostles, last, as it were appointed to death. Because Apostle Paul is talking about how the apostles will look in the later days, such as myself, how I would look in the latter times. I've been set up to look like somebody I'm not. And he will fund anybody to come against me because I've been made to look like someone I'm not. And it's not working. He's getting there, whoever he sends is getting hit up. They're getting knocked down. So, and there's more to the story. I could make this video 30, 40 minutes long. I'm just saying what I can remember at this point, but that's why Apostle Paul is saying, as it were appointed to death, for we are made a spectacle unto the world and to angels and to men. And the scholars tell you about Apostle Paul, how he prophesies about this day. He pictures all the world and even angels looking on while the apostles are brought in last to fight to the death. Just like myself, to fight to the death because of the way I've been set up to look. Now, let's see. But it's really set for the apostles, but it's right now I'm the target. Let's see, 2 Peter 2 and 3. But that's the plan of the Zionist. He's a Zionist. Right, but part of this spectacle is to make merchandise off of the fight to the death, which in regards to myself. So they can make merchandise by watching me. They'll set up a screen somewhere in a building and have everybody get together and watch me fight to the death and defend myself while they get paid off of it. Second Peter's, because they have, everybody's watching through a certain app, but nobody wants to tell me exactly what they're using to watch. But still, 2 Peter's 2 and 3, and through covetousness shall they with fiend words make merchandise of you, whose judgment now of a long time lingereth not, and their damnation slumbereth not. Fiend words means made up words, lies about you. Make merchandise of you, whose judgment now of a long time lingereth not. So by this setup here, to see me, well, he's the one you look at, because his judgment is coming closer because of this setup in order to make money, but they're trying to make it off of my death. That's his idea. That's the goal he was pushing until it came to fruition who he really is and what his plans really are. And now he's being looked at sideways. Today, and their damnation slumbereth not. 2 Peter 2 and 3. And through covetousness shall they with fiend words make merchandise of you, whose judgment now of a long time lingereth not, and their damnation slumbereth not. Him, here, Jeff Awful. He's who you